Okay, we're back. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, and you can see that the temperature of my milk is at about 110, and that's what we're looking for. Now, if you accidentally let the milk get too cold, you can always reheat it back up to 110. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, actually I just want to show you this. See all this skin on top? It's floated to the top. That's all going to come out later, so don't worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of this warm milk and put it into my starter. Now, measurements for starter for the yogurt. You can use probably like a half a cup of yogurt to a half a gallon of milk. And the same for the 1 gallon, you can use a cup of yogurt starter. So I just want to put a few of these tablespoons into this milk. And what I'm doing here is I want to loosen up this yogurt. So you want to mix it up really well and create like this thinner consistency. Because what we're going to do is that we're going to pour this yogurt into the pot. Now I'm going to pause it because I'm filming this on my own. So we're going to pour this into here. Be right back. Okay, so I poured this diluted yogurt into the pot, and what you want to do is you want to stir it around a few times and get everything mixed well. Give it a few stirs around. Until it's all melted through. Then the next step is going to be to pour this pot of milk through the strainer into the container. Now, the reason why I use this container is so that it catches any of that skin that was left over and to create like a smoother yogurt. So I'm also going to pause the video and go ahead and do that. So you're going to take this pot of milk, pour it through the strainer into the container. Okay, so I poured the milk through the strainer, and as you can see, it catches some of these, just some of the skin and some of the other things that were on top of the milk. Now, something I also do, if you want to, this is optional, but this is just a preference. I skim these bubbles off because I found that once the yogurt sets, you're going to have all these bubbles on top, and then you're going to take them off anyhow. So I just do it ahead of time. So what you want to do is just skim the bubbles off. And then I just dump them into the pan. Try to skim as much of the bubbles off as I can. Just like that. You can use the spoon too, just to get some of all the other bubbles from around the edges. And just, get rid of them. So that you have like this smooth, flat surface of milk. Okay. I think I did pretty well. A few more over here. Okay. And then you got all this stuff here. I'm just gonna. Okay, so what you want to do is we're gonna cover the yogurt, okay? And we're gonna cover the Tupperware of yogurt with 2 towels. You want to create a warm environment for the yogurt so that it settles. And you want to put this once you cover it with towels, put it in a corner of your kitchen where no one is going to touch it, where it's not going to move. It's critical that the yogurt does not move. The bowl, the whole area where you have this yogurt, it does not move because this will interrupt the settling of the yogurt. Okay, so I've covered the yogurt container with 2 towels and I've set it in a corner of the kitchen where no one will touch it. Now this has to stay out until, well, let's just say about 12 hours. It can be more. It can stay out more if you want. So typically you can start the yogurt maybe in the evening before you go to bed, and then leave it overnight on the counter. And then in the morning, stick it in the refrigerator. And it needs to stay in the refrigerator for at least a day before you can actually use it. So this is a long process, but it's worth it because you've got some delicious homemade yogurt. So again, you cover it with towels, create a warm environment.